All right, guys. Somehow I got it. I don't know how. I don't know if I'm going to regret this, but I got a Switch 2, and I'm going to be unboxing it. As you can see right here, it's not going to be here because I don't got enough space, but right here, you see my beautiful hand. We're going to be unboxing it together. I just wanted to give my first impressions. I wanted to see how much better this is than the actual Switch. Is it actually worth the money that they're asking for? How does it feel in terms of quality and build? And for reference, I'm actually going to be comparing it to my actual Switch that I have right here. One thing I'd like to see that they fix, and this is like something that drives me crazy. So I've never had actual stick drift issues, but here's an issue I have. Like, you know the little tabs here that you kind of push up and it's supposed to keep it in, keep that in? I got this fixed twice, by the way. Yeah, it just does that now again. So that's cool. So for this unboxing, I actually went out of my way and I got the Mario Kart bundle because it saves some money. So we'll also have a game to test too to see how it does on the handheld, which I'm pretty excited for. So first off, I'd like to talk about presentation with the box itself. It's really nice. Honestly, I like the packaging for it. It's pretty much like the Switch OLED box. Pretty compact, a lot smaller than the original Switch boxes. As I know, the box for the my Animal Crossing Switch was huge. So I'm really excited to see the differences between these, compare them side by side. And I already know what to expect because I already reacted to the Nintendo Direct on stream. So if you guys want to see that, I'll put a link in the description. But hey, that's old news. This is the new news. I need a knife. I need sharpness. Okay, so I don't have a knife, but I have keys. I have keys. So we're just gonna very carefully, I also have this bit here, like this little metal key piece. So we can just very carefully cut through here like that. Okay, actually that works really good, surprisingly well. I think that's the only part that's taped down. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is gonna be first impressions from the box. Let's see how it holds up. Oh, it opens that way. Oh. Am I opening it the wrong way? Wait, what? Does it open? Oh, wait, I think it opens this way. It does. Oh, it does open that way. Oh, that's interesting. So I guess we'll just remove it from the plastic. Ooh, that's the Switch 2 logo on it. Very nice. First things first, I'm really glad, like the Switch OLED honestly already improved on this, but I absolutely love the kickstand that this comes with. Ooh, that plastic is thin though. That is thin! But I get that they want like that clean, slick design, so, you know, that's fine. So here's like the actual screen. It's huge. Like, just to do a side-by-side comparison, look at that! That is massive! It's honestly really pretty though. Like, I love the matte finish too. We're gonna set this aside. I want to take a look at the Joy-Cons though, and do like a comparison. So let's actually grab one of the Joy-Cons from my Switch here. We're gonna set that there. And I actually want to take a look at this one here. So already, as we already knew, it was gonna be bigger, but oh, these are clicky. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that feels really good. This is already a significant improvement from this. This feels great. I want to move over real quick. So one thing I will say with the buttons being bigger right here, not only do they feel good, but they're like way clickier. Like these are clicky, but I feel like these feel a little better. And I also want to test the sturdiness of how the Joy-Con feels actually going into the slot. I want to see like if it actually clicks. Like, oh, that is strong. I was actually worried about the magnets, but honestly, no, that is satisfying. Wow. Okay, so first of all, I want to do a side-by-side comparison. Look at that. That is massive. Like, it looks like the child. It looks like my Switch is the child of this chunky boy. This feels like a solid object. With the Joy-Con, like how I'm holding it, it feels solid. This, however, still feels like separate. It feels like a toy almost, right? And it feels like a huge improvement with the Joy-Cons in general on the Switch 2 than the original. And I'm really happy to see that they actually improved on that. I was really, really worried about that, especially with the magnets, because I was worried that somehow that was going to actually affect the performance of it. But enough of that. Let's actually see what else we get in the box with the Switch 2. So first off, this is the Mario Kart bundle. So of course I got a copy of Mario Kart World, of course the health and safety form right there. We also got a HDMI cord. Obviously we got the straps for the Joy-Cons. Let's see what else the Switch comes with. Oh, that feels good. Hold on. So we know how it feels on there. I want to see the improvement on how these feel going into the actual handheld compared to the Switch handheld, which actually, funny enough, I actually have the Switch handheld right here. It's a little bit dusty because I haven't used it in a little bit. I did not get any accessories for the Switch 2. However, I will probably get some accessories in the future to test some and make videos on, so let me know if you guys want me to do that in the comments. I will miss like the slide click. I will miss that. That does feel good. But okay, so first things first, obviously, you know, we know the feeling there. So now I'm gonna switch to here. Oh, that feels good actually. That feels really good. This feels very solid. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like even by design standpoints, I don't feel like they changed the design from these too much. However, I do feel like this one here feels like grippier. And I think it's because number one, it's bigger. And number two, I do feel like the curve on the back is different. Yeah, so as you can see, this is kind of more of like a pill shape on the original Switch, but when you go to the Switch 2, it has this like really nice curve on the back. It feels more like a controller. It almost feels like holding a PlayStation controller, actually. It feels very comfortable. So let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, I actually kind of want to look at this. This is what I'm been very curious about, is the Switch 2 dock. So first off, it does feel a little flimsy, but I'm not going to be picking up the one for my Switch because it's hooked up to my PC and has a bunch of cords and stuff on it, so I'm not going to just unplug it. But one thing that really interests me about the Switch 2 dock is the fan that they said for better cooling. Let me see about which way does this open. Oh, that just pops right off. That's nice. Okay. So it's not a door. It actually pops off. We have the AC adapter here. So that's the charger for the power. We have the landline. Then we have the HDMI out. All right. Very good. And it's also, the inside has like this glossy material. I think that's to keep it from scratching up the screen, which honestly is very nice. I think that is a good improvement. Altogether, besides it feeling like a little flimsy here, to be fair, the Switch dock, when I feel it, they feel, when it comes to flimsiness, about the same. This is the fan vent. This is where the cords would go through, which I actually really like that. So there's the dock. Very nice. Very good. And obviously, last but not least, we have the cord and the cord brick, which honestly are honestly very nice. That's very nice. It's very sturdy. Honestly, feels kind of heavy. Actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, that feels kind of heavy, but but in a good way. This feels heavy in a good way. The build quality feels like what I paid for. At least like out of the box, feeling it for the first time, it feels good in my hands. It feels sturdy and it feels strong. And that's what I like to look for in a console. I want it to not feel like a flimsy toy. I want it to feel strong and sturdy. And it feels great. I definitely feel like they improved the design and the overall structure of the Switch with the Switch 2. But my question is, how does it run? Does the hardware on the inside actually perform like they say it does, both handheld and on the dock? And I'm also going to be testing that in this video. All right, so now since we actually got everything cleared out, we can actually boot up the Switch and see how it runs. Or, I guess, oh, it's doing its thing. Boss, okay, let me just get through all this real quick and I'll get back with you. updating. The system's doing things? I don't have enough time to put this on. Never mind. Get rid of that. Show me the beauty. Come on. Do something. I wouldn't mind transferring my data. I am going to be using this as my main switch anyway. Setup complete. Go to the home. There we go. Very nice. Hey, there it is! Oh. That's really cool. Oh, wow, look at that. It really transferred all of my games and stuff. That's nice. Okay, we're gonna get this downloading so we can test it. Because I just want to see how this runs on handheld. Oh, another thing, I do want to test something. Okay. We are going to see how this works. She dead. Luckily, I got a charger. Haha. So I want to test to see like how it works with the Switch Pro controller. So while we're waiting for that to charge, I'm just gonna do that real quick. Let me just double check to make sure. Paired. Oh, is it paired? Oh, it is, dude. Okay. Oh, dude, we're set. Okay, so we can actually. Yeah, no, the Pro controller works on Switch, and it's quite responsive. So if you. Okay, so this is actually great news. So if you're like me, who either just didn't have the money to get a Switch 2 Pro controller, or if you're honestly just already have one and want to use it like I do, you won't have the chat button, but you can use your Switch Pro controller on the Switch 2, which is really nice because that's going to save people some money on controllers. And from the looks of it, it did say that you should be able to pair your Joy-Cons from a Switch to your Switch 2. So we're also going to try that. Okay, so we need to hold these in, like so. We're gonna see if this connects. Apparently says that you can use like Switch Joy-Cons on a Switch too. So I want to see how true that is. So from the looks of it, it's not connecting. Oh, why does it work on that? What? Okay, so you have to go on like how to pair the controller screen for that to work. I thought it would be like search for controllers. So here's the cool thing, guys. You can buy for cheaper Switch Joy-Cons for like if you're having game night or something with Mario Kart Worlds locally, and you can connect them to your Switch 2 along with your Switch Pro controller, the Joy-Cons that come with Switch 2, and if you get a Switch 2 Pro controller. That's such a money saver, like honestly. So you can get the new stuff, but if you're somebody that just wants to play and you already own a Switch like me, you can use your Switch Joy-Cons on the Switch 2. Personally, I'm really excited. I really love the first impressions I've been having with the Switch 2. But the question is how is it going to run the games now? We know that the build quality is good. We know the backwards compatibility is really good with not just games, but the controllers. I really want to see how the Switch 2 can hold up to its promise on how strong the system actually is. We're going to be testing it on both handheld, and we're going to be testing it on the actual dock. So stay tuned. We're going to check that out. Okay, so after an hour of waiting, Mario Kart World is finally downloaded. Oh, wow. Those are impressive textures for a Nintendo game. Mario Kart World! Hey, let's go! Oh shit! Okay, that's actually pretty cool. So it literally shows you going off track for that. That's cute. Okay, so we're just gonna give it a quick test. I'll do like a quick single player race. Just for the fun and laughs, let's just be the cow. Like, okay, that is so cute, the car. Alright. I'm not planning on doing great, honestly. I just want to see how it feels on handheld and how hot it gets, like, in the hand. Oh wow, okay, so the animations and stuff is just already, like, significantly better. Yeah, no, this honestly controls great. Is that, like, a new item? I feel like that was a new item. Yeah, no, this actually controls pretty good. Whee! I'm flying. Okay, so I just want to, like, run through, like, the first race. I'm not planning on playing the whole thing through. I just love seeing a cow driving a cart. Like, this is probably the best thing we got from Mario Kart World, is that you could just play as the cow from Moo Moo Meadows. I love it. Yeah, so far the back is cool. It is does not feel warm in my hands at all. In fact, this feels rather comfortable. Like, I actually feel like the Switch 2 feels more comfortable in my hands than the actual, like, Switch. Yeah, you see that finishing in first? When I play with my friends, that's never happening. That's not happening. Now I want to go and actually switch to playing this on the dock to see if there's like any performance difference with frames or just anything in general. I want to see how it feels. Okay, so now we are playing it on the actual dock just to see how it plays. I'm honestly on my PC, so I feel like the most I'm going to see is 60 frames unless I play on a TV. But the thing is that it depends on your capture card as well, because I know that this screen has at least 144 hertz. We should be seeing some pretty good frame rates while playing this. Okay, let's see how this performs. Ignore like the bad skills in Mario Kart, please. Thank you. I mean, honestly, like it's like I said like earlier in this, like the Joy-Cons for the Switch 2 feel so much better in your hand. Like, it's such an improvement, and you can tell. Okay, come on, Bowser Jr. You can't beat the cow. You can't beat the cow. I'm sorry. You aren't defeating the cow. Yeah, honestly, you know, it performs great. I have no grievances with it. It is a solid console. And it's an improvement in every way from the original Switch. The Switch 2 is definitely a good, well-made console. So I want to give my final thoughts on one thing. Is this console worth getting? No, one thing I found a little weird. I just took it off the dock, and the back does feel a little hot. I might do a follow-up on that, just in case if I see any problems with that. But other than that, it runs fine on the dock. It is a little warm on the back. That is slightly concerning, because it wasn't warm at all while playing it handheld. So I don't know if like maybe like the fan is faulty or they need an update to make sure it's running good. But overall, my thoughts on the Switch 2. It's solid, it's well made, and it's definitely an improvement build-wise out of the Switch. This is definitely a good upgrade. It definitely has better visuals. You can definitely see it. I could feel better performance while playing this game. Would I recommend buying the Switch 2 right now? That's where it gets a little interesting, because here's my thing with the Switch 2. Although it's a really well-made console, and there are a few games out that you can get right now that aren't terrible, they're actually pretty good, and honestly, from what I played, that little bit of World seems like a lot of fun. I really want to play with my friends on that. But I don't think that there's enough games to justify purchasing the Switch 2 right now. Unless you want to try to beat the scalpers, totally go for it. And I would recommend, if you can, get your hands on the Mario Kart bundle. I would, because you save $30 since the game I think is like 80 bucks. The backwards compatibility is amazing. So not only does it work with games, but it also works with old accessories, such as the Pro Controller for the Switch and the Joy-Cons for the Switch, which really shocked me the most. I wasn't expecting that. So other than that, I have no complaints. I think it's a solid made console. I think it's well put together. I would just say to hold off if you can, but if you want to hop on it and at least get on the Mario Kart hype, go for it. But hey, let me know in the comments below what you thought, because I am curious to hear your thoughts. And if you want me to do a follow-up about the dock play and actually see how hot I can actually get the Switch 2 to get, just leave a subscribe and let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely do so. But hey, I think I kept you long enough. Go off, play your games, have some fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.